I still remember that rainy evening as if it had been frozen in time, every drop of rain etched into my memory. The sky had been a dense, unyielding gray, and the rain fell in heavy sheets, drumming on the rooftops and streets like a relentless drumbeat. I had been waiting for her, pacing near the window, my heart a mix of hope and fear, desperately clinging to the thought that maybe, just maybe, we could talk things through, mend what had slowly unraveled between us. My hands were cold and trembling, gripping the window sill as though it were the only thing keeping me anchored. When she finally appeared, drenched and shivering, I felt a momentary rush of relief, thinking that perhaps the storm outside could mirror the storm inside, that it could cleanse everything and make way for a new beginning. But instead of warmth, her eyes carried a cold, unfamiliar distance. The softness I had once cherished in her gaze was gone, replaced by a sharpness that cut straight to my heart. "I can't do this anymore," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the rain, yet each word landed with devastating clarity. I reached out instinctively, longing to hold her, to plead with her, to stop her from leaving. But she recoiled, stepping back as though my touch could hurt her, or perhaps bind her in a way she could no longer endure. I pleaded with her, my voice cracking, each word soaked with desperation and regret. "We can fix this. Please, just give us a chance," I implored, but it was useless. She had made up her mind long before she walked into the storm. Without another word, she turned and disappeared into the downpour, leaving me alone, shivering and hollow, the rain mingling with the tears I hadn't realized were falling. The world seemed impossibly quiet afterward, the relentless storm outside, now only a reflection of the chaos inside me. The days and weeks that followed were an agonizing blur. Sleep evaded me, and even waking hours felt heavy and meaningless. Every time it rained, I was transported back to that night, the sound of the sheets of water falling from the sky, the cold wetness on my skin, the sight of her retreating figure. And I relived the heartbreak as if it were happening all over again. I replayed every argument, every smile, every quiet moment leading up to that night, asking myself where I had failed, wondering if I could have done something differently to change the outcome. Even now, years later, the memory is a constant shadow. The rain still triggers it, carrying me back to that evening, back to the helplessness and grief of watching her walk away. Life has continued. I have found routines, friendships, and moments of fleeting happiness. Yet that night remains untouchable, permanent, a scar that refuses to fade. It was not just an ending, but a turning point from which there is no return, a night that reshaped my heart and my soul forever. The pain lingers quietly, a reminder that some losses are irreversible, some choices cannot be undone, and some hearts, once broken, carry the ache for a lifetime. If you want